Hey, friends! Time to wrap things up for Shark Week. Now, as we all know, sharks are pretty unpredictable, right? But at the same time, they're also a known quantity. Afraid of a shark? Well, just don't go in the water. Pretty simple, isn't it? But what happens when a shark shows up where no shark has any business to be? What then? So in this one, we're taking a look at some movies where sharks are out of their natural element. But even so, sharks are gonna shark and put the chomp on people. Let's dive in. First up, we have Swim from 2021. In this one, sharks are running around inside a house. But believe it or not, it kind of makes sense. See, this family has rented this crappy McMansion for their vacation, this seaside house. But then there's a big storm, and the house gets flooded. Sharks wander inside and start to put the chomp on the residents. As the waters rise, the family has to go higher and higher up into the different floors of the house to avoid being eaten. The sharks here are not great whites or anything, they aren't that big, but when they chomp on someone, they pull them underwater and the victim disappears. I guess that's tidier than showing them all chomped up. The biggest name brand here is Joey Lawrence. He appears in the movie, but he's not actually in the house for most of the time. Swim was a bit dull, honestly. But at least it made sense, so far as the sharks being inside the house go. Unlike our next movie, House Shark from 2017. This is a comedy, or so they claim. Here, this policeman and his son are living in this house, right? The mom and dad are separated. Anyway, one night, the babysitter gets chomped on by a shark inside the house. Then other people get chomped on as well. So the father and son are living outside in the yard. Eventually, the dad there does some Googling and discovers there's a new kind of shark, a house shark. So he teams up with this weirdo from Germany or somewhere and another weirdo expert, and even this guy who seems to have Jedi Force powers, and together they try to get rid of the house shark once and for all. Now, this one is a comedy, purportedly, but that doesn't make it immune from being super dumb. This is really a 75 or 80-minute movie that runs almost 2 hours, and so it drags. It's not that funny either. And when we finally see this shark, it looks all the world like the shark from the old Candygram sketch from Saturday Night Live. Fake as all get out. If it were shorter, the movie might have worked, but the humor gets old fast. Your mileage may vary, but I'm not a fan of this one, gotta say. Well, let's take a look at something better. How about Land Shark from 2020? Now here we have the typical setup where a corporate McBad guy is running a facility. He's out to cash in on science by doing some biological tinkering on a shark. And that leads to trouble, as you might imagine. Turns out sharks have some kind of natural immunity to cancer, so he wants to make a drug for humans out of the sharks. Sounds good, right? But he's a corporate McBad guy, so he sees more profit in weaponizing the shark they create. Anyway, they cross the shark genes with earthworm genes, and that creates a monster shark that can burrow underground like a Horda and walk around and stuff like that. You guessed it, putting the chomp on people. A lot of people. Our hero and Lady McScientist try to stop the shark, but corporate McBad guy won't let them. There's also Lady McScientist, daughter, this little girl. Our heroes try to keep her out of trouble, and the hero has a friend here. He's the comic relief. I liked him. He's all right. The shark is also growing and becomes kind of a kaiju at one point. I don't know what it is, but these shark movies from China have been pretty fun to watch. This one moves. It doesn't dawdle. There's a lot of action in it, and the shark, for all the bad CGI, is actually pretty scary. You really do root for the heroes to save the day, too. I liked them. Well, finally, talking about a land shark, how's about this one from 2015? Sharkansas Women's Prison Massacre. Oh, man. Now here, a fracking company is doing some blasting and winds up releasing some prehistoric freshwater sharks. Again, these ones not only travel through the water but can burrow through the ground like a horta. The sharks are chomping on people who are out in the woods. It just so happens that some lady prisoners are out there doing some manual labor for the state when things go south. One lady gets the chomp right away, and then another prisoner's lesbotic girlfriend arranges a jailbreak. The sharks are on the hunt, though, so in the end, the guards and the other prisoners have to team up to try to get away. The biggest name brand here, arguably, is Tracy Lords, who plays a detective. The other cast members have appeared in a lot of these low-budget horror movie type of things. You'd think we'd see some naked nudity, but not so. This was made for the Sci-Fi Channel, I guess, so the ladies just wear bikinis in a hot tub in bed. Aside from that, Sharkansas Women's Prison Massacre was surprisingly okay. The effects aren't bad at all, and there's a tongue-in-cheek quality to the movie that levens things out. So, Sharkansas was alright, but out of this batch, I'd say Land Shark is probably the best. And it has the sci-fi edge, plus a reasonable running time of under 80 minutes. Well, that's it for Shark Week, I guess. Now you know sharks are unpredictable, so you better watch out. They could pop up anywhere. Oh, well, you take care of yourselves, and I'll see you in the next one.